All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So, I wanted to let you guys know that we have a lot of ongoing events right now, and I know a lot of you guys are taking a break and or either just doing something else, but just wanted to let you guys know there's something to log in for every day. And as we all know, the 2-year global self-publishing event is going on, so like life skills and everything get some bonus rewards just by logging in. And here's one of them. So, as we all know, Cron Stones, very valuable. Well, everyone's going to need them at some point in the game. And just to let you know that there are going to be 2 weeks worth of goodies to pick up just by logging in. And there's a lot of other things going on. So, like, log in for the event seals, which I'll show you right now. So, these things, the bombastic festival seals, this has been going on for like 2 weeks now. But just make sure to pick up your outfits at the very minimum, and then if you grind more, you should get all of them eventually, but the high priority are the outfits because you don't spend real money, and then everything else. So make sure to do that. High priority, and then there's everything else to pick up. But yeah, just wanted to let you know that for the next 2 weeks, just log in. It was supposed to be last week, but then they changed it. So according to this thingy, so you have about, I guess, the rest of the month to do everything, and then like Blessing of Kamasil, Secret Book, Value Pack, and the Cron Stones are always the highlights, and everything else is nice to have. But with that said, yesterday we talked about the Patrigios event and how there are stuff for sale that usually you couldn't get as easily. For the most part, I think most of those items are a little bit overpriced, and wanted to show you a little clip of one of the things we got. So for all of you who are going for a tier 4 fairy, this is probably one of the best times to do it because you can basically just buy a lot of those Lila petals and then RNG it yourself. So I'll leave a link in the description to the video that we talked about yesterday and how to go about getting the perfect fairy. So I have those. But I wanted to do a little bit of a gamble and just see what the odds are, and then add this to the data of, I guess, if anyone else is collecting, what the rates of getting like a tier 4 fairy, how many you can get. So I did that, and can we profit? We spent 450 mil on those, and I'll leave a clip now. Earlier today, we talked about the new Patrigio event. Basically, the Night Vendor is selling some pretty decent stuff. And one of these was the box of Lila petals, and each box is 150 million silver. And what I wanted to do was test to see, is it profitable? And I guess to an extent it is, because most of the silver is going to come from mythical feathers if you get a tier 3 or tier 4 fairy. But with that said, what I wanted to do is actually just roll it and see what happens. So we have 300 Lila petals. I think if you are a player who is actually looking to get your fairy for the first time and or try to upgrade, I think it is absolutely worth generally just trying to roll for a tier 4 fairy. And if you are curious, I do have a video on, basically I talk about all the skills, which ones should you get realistically and what levels, how to go about leveling up your fairy efficiently and everything. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description to that. But for the rest of us, I assume most of us are going to YOLO this and see what we can get. So, in case you have no idea what to do with these fairies or how to actually do it yourself, down at the Kamasil Temple right here, to the right of Heidel, that is, you basically talk to here, and then you get a bunch of these. So, made sure to show the chat log, and basically what you can get, if you look at the tooltip here, Faint Fairy is tier 1, Glimmering is tier 2, Brilliant is tier 3, and Radiant is tier 4. And basically, we want to get tier 4 and then tier 3. So we spent 450 mil total to get 150 of these. Let's see if we can profit or we don't profit. I saw a tier 3 already. I know we're just gonna like spam the button, so I guess if anyone wants to take this data and be like, these are what the actual rates of getting certain fairies are. I think I saw like 3 tier 3s so far. If you want to compile this data into something very cool, you guys can see that as well. And if you guys want to do this yourself and check your own data, happy to see it as well. I think I saw 4, 5 tier 3s, 6 tier 3s, 7 tier 3s, 8, 9. Okay, how many more do we have? Do we have enough inventory? Sorry if you can hear me just spamming the keyboard. It's still going, dude. All right, that's 150 of them. That's a lot of colors. By the way, in case you are actually wondering and you're like new to this, why are there so many colors? Basically, every fairy has a different personality, right? So like you'll see the personality here. And then they have a different color if you have the morning star. So like, for example, mine aloof one has a blue light. And then based on whatever personality fairy you get, it just has a different color. That's all that matters. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. Let's see. We got 1 Radiant, which is a tier 4. So if you have a tier 4, you might want to use it if you don't have one already. And then we got 9 tier 3s. So basically, let's just sell these. You should always sell the feathers, or assuming you don't need it, always get the feathers over the honey sap, whatever, honey wine. And then everything else, it was that. So we'll exchange these, and then the tier 2s exchange for 3 each. All right, so let's see. Did I profit? I think we did, just simply because I think we had a really decent amount of tier 3s and tier 1, tier 4. But I'll just add them to the market and then we'll see how much we made. But also, if you're going for your tier 10 horse, that was pretty nice. Getting mythical feathers has always been a bottleneck for me. And trust me when I say to get my Krogdalo's Sanctuary, it took me over 2 years to do. Like just clicking, and you guys can watch all those videos. So yeah, it took me over 2 years to get it, and now they just kind of give them out like the mythical sensors like candy nowadays, more or less. Like you can get two of them from just seasonals, and then the Patrigio event and everything. So it's a lot easier nowadays than when I did it, but it doesn't matter. All right, anyway, let's see. Let's dump these. That we'll sell the mythical feathers. I don't need them. All right, so let's see. We had 11. So, and I had one more. So 11 was, we basically made their money back from that alone. So that's 440 there. So yeah, we got that. And then assuming we're selling at minimum after tax. Okay, so we made 214 plus 440. So that's like 650 mil minus tax. So is it profitable to buy those from the night vendor? It really depends on how many tier 3s and 4s you get. That's the hard truth. But for me, we profited. It's probably like 100 mil. But anyway, I think this is a good thing for anyone if you're going for your fairy unironically. Check out the video that I made on, like, if you're looking about to get which skills and everything. I have that. But that's about it. Wanted to show you guys all that, and I thought it was a fun experiment. So with that said, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.